Hey, folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's intraday analysis video, brought to you by the creators of proprietary price, pattern, and time methodology. Learn the PPT strategies and profit for life. My name is Gareth Soloway. Let's get into the action today on this Wednesday, October 29th, 2014. First off, markets are seeing a little bit of minor selling on the back of the Federal Reserve comments here. The FOMC statement was issued about 10 minutes ago, and again, you can see that the markets initially sold off, but are now bouncing back, only down 69 cents. Now, the Fed ended QE officially, and they did become slightly more hawkish on inflation, saying they don't expect inflation to be a potential nemesis in the short term, but they think down the road it could be an issue. And that's, again, a hawkish view compared to what we saw. And that's what caused the initial little sell-off. But as you can see, the markets are bouncing back here. And again, the question is, can they still rally this market? Can they get this market to run? It is possible. I'll tell you right now, folks. It is definitely a possibility. Nothing can be counted out in this market. We should know probably by 2:30 p.m. of the final direction. Why do I say final direction within the 30-minute span since the announcement? The answer is very simple, because a lot of times they'll flush the market, then reverse it, or pop it, then reverse it, and even do it again and again before the final move takes hold. And again, right now we're seeing the spiders kind of just chopping. This is a very muted response to the FOMC policy statement thus far. We've seen in the past a lot bigger moves one way or the other. But the question is, does a bigger move take hold in the near term here coming up? And again, we will be watching. Now, a couple side notes here. The dollar popping tremendously because, again, the Fed basically saying no more QE and interest rates could go up sooner than later. And again, that is pushing the dollar up. In tune with that, if you take a look at gold here, gold dropping decently here, the GLD down $1.20, and even silver's coming in, but silver only dropping a little bit, mainly because I think the economy is doing better, at least the domestic economy, and that's a positive for silver. So silver, yes, is dropping, but not nearly as much as gold. And again, the SLV just down a penny on the day here, even though you can see a little bit of a red candle there. All right, oil today, guys. Oil is higher, even though it's pulling back. Why is oil pulling back here? Because the dollar is going higher, therefore that pushes oil to the downside. All commodities generally get pushed down when the dollar pops this dramatically. Okay, a couple other side notes here, guys. JP Morgan Chase taking a nice hit, but that is actually starting to rally, so this needs to be watched. Now, why would JPM start to rally on this FOMC policy statement? Well, the answer is very simple, and I'm explaining it all today. I'm laying it all out on the table. Think about this. The Fed says inflation could be something we have to deal with in the not-too-distant future. They say they could raise interest rates in the first 6 months of 2015. What does that mean? Higher interest rates is good for financial stocks. So financials are rallying today a little bit off of their lows. Now, the question is, does it last? I don't know. These stocks have rallied tremendously. If you go to the daily chart, look at this move. I mean, this is just a huge move. Nice reversal candle today, by the way, on JPM. So again, guys, we are seeing the market coming in, and JPM, again, having rallied off of the lows. But let's keep an eye on this JPM, guys. Markets are now starting to sell off more, so markets are now starting to come down. So this could be the bigger move here. And let's see. So Spider's making a new low right here. Let's keep our wits about us. Let me just go to a couple of things. In IYT, oh, the IBB. I believe the IBB topped out today, guys. Take a look at the IBB. The reason I say that is because you got a doji on the daily yesterday and then this rollover today, which is confirming the move. So nice move there on the IBB. And again, we are holding this short in the research center. If you're a member, you have this trade, and we are rocking and rolling here. The profit's beginning to roll in beautifully. So again, let's keep our wits about us, but this is looking good so far in terms of profits, folks. If you're a member, you are making bank. By the way, I closed out a 100% winner today in the options alerts. All right, the options alerts at SWHC. And again, we bought these calls a couple weeks ago, and we made 100% on them on Smith & Wesson. Also, AT&T, we made 100% on the options on this morning as well, and look at that rollover. Looks like it was a smart decision to take it off the table. By the way, markets are starting to take a beating here, so nice little sell. Look at the QQQ now down over $1. If this comes down, this is going to be your support line right here. Gap fill 200 moving average. That will be a scalp long, again, on an intraday basis. That will be support on an intraday basis. So watch this closely as the markets continue to see some pressure to the downside. All right, so again, we're watching this closely here and seeing how it plays out, but beautiful little selling going on, continuation. We just hit new support, which was right here. Now the question is, can the market break through and head towards the 200? Look at this, 200 moving average right there. That is going to be your next support line if you continue down. That'll be a big support line. I will scalp that long and should be a beauty. All right, so that really should be a nice little opportunity there if we can get it down just a little bit further. You do have support here for a scalp, but I think this is your big one right here for a long intraday scalp. And again, this is what I love, guys. This is what I love, a market like this, which is volatile. We saw like a 9% drop off the all-time highs on the S&P a month ago. Then just 2 weeks ago, we saw this big rally take hold, and we went up 9%. Now we're starting to come in. Give me volatility, and I can make money in that market. All right, that is what it's all about, folks, and that is what's so beautiful about what we do here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. So beautiful little price action here, guys, as again, we are seeing this market doing its beautiful thing, and profits continue to roll in for Research Center members as well as intraday stock chat members and options alert members. And again, those are the main services here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. Let's take a look at Apple. How's Apple doing today? And Apple is rolling over a little bit, actually holding up pretty well, but this was a nice bearish pattern right here, so we'll see if that comes in a little bit. Again, Goldman and the financials have actually pushed up. Goldman's actually positive here. JPM is pulling back off that pop I showed earlier today, but again, still weak on the day, bouncing off of its lows. All right, again, spiders are bouncing up, guys, so again, look at this, right back up, and this is the volatility you get on an FOMC decision. Really amazing, amazing, amazing to see this volatility and the whippiness. And again, what's the ultimate closing price on this market? That's what we're going to find out, because that will tell us a lot about the moves tomorrow. And I'm getting ready to enter new positions, new options, alert positions, you name it. That's what it's all about. And let's take a look at the IWM here, guys. Look at this IWM rolling over, down $1 now on the day. By the way, the IWM hit a beautiful target on the daily chart. Look at this. Check this out, guys. All right, so take a look. If you take these low pivots and you just drag them up, all right, you can take any of these low pivots and just connect them to the highs. They all go through this upper range right here. That tells you we're into resistance and you're going to look for a pullback, and we are seeing that. And again, guess who's short? This guy right here. So beautiful price action, again, continuing there. And what can you say? Just fun stuff. Fun stuff. I even have some puts on the IWM, which are in the money very nicely thus far. Okay? All right, guys, I'm going to get going because there's just too much going on. But bottom line is the Fed came out today as the spiders are down $1.22, and we'll go back to the intraday chart, and basically ended QE. They also were a little bit more hawkish, which is somewhat of a slight negative for the markets, especially after we rallied so much in this market over the last 2 weeks. So again, short term is downside. We're heading down. 200 MA will be significant support. And again, let's watch to see if we get there in the next couple candles, in which case it's a day trade long there. And again, overall, my longer-term swing trade bias is down. Day trade bias would be down until the 200, and then you get a big bounce off of that. Take care, guys. Have a great afternoon, great evening. Come join us here at InTheMoneyStocks.com for profits.